Hey everyone, today I have Krista with me. She's from San Francisco and an expert on product development and digital marketing. Yes, quite diverse, but I can say she's an expert in it for sure. And when I came to know that she has been into hosting networking events for 14 years, I was excited to ask that what is it that exactly keep those events so lively and so happening, since I also go to a few, and I kind of don't find life in some, and some are like super awesome. I really want to go back again. So from Krista, who has 14 years of experience and is also a LinkedIn local host in San Francisco, I want to ask her, how exactly do you facilitate these events to be successful, to not be boring, and to make sure that every people who go back takes back something with them? So Krista, tell me.
So I think there's a lot of ways. Hi, everyone. I think there's a lot of ways that you can make your event comfortable for your invitees. So when people arrive, the setup of the location is very important. So you don't want people to walk into a room and everyone is standing there with their back towards the entrance, for example. So I think it's important to have some greeters at the front of the room. And the greeters stand by the doors and they guide people. They help with orientation, and welcoming people. So that's the first thing I would do. And also we like to have maybe some name tags at the front door. So when you check people in, it's always a good icebreaker just to have your name and maybe your company there, because then you can quickly see somebody else and from the same company or a company you've worked with. So that's another way. Then I think that having the way you organize your event is to allow time for networking. So if you're going to have a main topic of your event, like a speaker or a panel, it's important before and after that happens to allow amount of time for people to network. Some people are extroverts and they jump right in. And so they come in the room, they're happy. Other people, they need to be there a while. And after the panel, if you don't allow more time, then they're all warmed up and ready. So it's better to give them two options.
Yes, exactly. I think I love the point where you have the name tags, because we can judge who exactly could be the right person to start the conversation with me. And you were telling me that you do some sort of an icebreaker activities during your event to make sure that people connect with each other. Do you want to share something about that?
Yes. So I think that just because you have a topic or a panel doesn't mean that should be a time for no networking. I find that actually during the topic discussion, sometimes that's the best way to make people more comfortable and get them networking. So, for example, at the beginning of the panel, you can ask people a question like, please raise your hand, all the people in the room who, have this experience. And then everyone raises their hands. So that's a way to visually connect people together. And, they look around the room, they're like, oh, look, someone else from that area. And a lot of times those people come up to each other after this panel and they're like, yeah, I saw that you're also from this place. And so that's a way of using icebreaker. The other way is for the host to ask them to turn to the person on their right and introduce themselves, and their left. So they're like, immediately, I want you to meet 3 people. So I'm going to give you, 5 minutes. So I want you to introduce yourself to at least 3 people who sit next to you. And the third thing is to create some kind of breakout discussions where you're like, we're going to perform a little exercise, and I want you to pair up in 2s or 3s, depending on how many people are there. And I'm going to give you a certain amount of time, and then we're going to share our answers. So there's a lot of opportunity, not only before and after the talk, but during the discussion for the host or the speaker to engage people more in a networking way.
Absolutely. I think it's so true. These kind of activities really help. Like one of the events I went to, they did this and it immediately made all the people so comfortable. I could see more noise coming in instead of a pin drop silence inside a networking event. I think I love
Right.
your input, and especially the part where you said you form groups having common
Mhm.
topics, and then they break the ice and they feel comfortable. I think for the
Mhm.
host, it's important to understand the value that they're putting across in an event. And I love all your pointers. I'm sure everyone who's at Women of Impact will also love it. Thank you so much, Krista, for sharing your point of
Thank
view
you.
on how to facilitate a successful networking event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Krishna.
Thanks.